Agenda, Mr. Meisner is returning again about streetlight inventory. And we're going to discuss the award of the paving bid. And then we have non-public for employee interviews for the DPW department. So let's please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You're up.
Okay, you all
Thank
have,
you for your patience.
You all have copies, I assume. And
Yes.
The cover letter here is just the highlights of, it wasn't hard, all the polls are numbered, and so you can just go around and find them, It's relatively easy to do, and it took me less than a day to do it, well, over a couple of days. Only one street light was not found, and that's by the, if it existed, it would be near where the old fire station is. But that pole, there is no pole with that number on it and or other street light, it's just not there. And you can see that 17-7-/7-3, usually the poles are like 17/7, 17/6, 17/8, which I found. And a -3 means it's a nearby,
Okay,
but no,
it's not nearby.
yeah, well, it's not anywhere. I mean, I went all over the place then.
You kind of jumped right into this, Woody. I was on the front cover and you're jumping.
No, I'm talking about what's on the
First line. Yep.
First line,
Okay,
yeah.
streetlights not found.
Yeah.
Main Street near Academy Road.
That's where the old fire station is. And so, there's one not found. And I only found one that was damaged.
But is there a light there
Where?
at that intersection?
There is. But it's on pole 17-7. Which is on the inventory, but there's also, according to the inventory, another light on 17-7-3.
Okay. 17-7-3. And is this a current inventory?
Yep, that's what Joanne gave me.
Okay, okay.
So, the other one, the damaged one, at Golden Road and Ashby Road, that's where Liz Freeman lives. And the arms there, go ahead. And I got tickled, I talked to her, and I talked to 2 or 3 other people while I was out doing this in other places. And they say, I don't care if you're around the light, put the light back.
Yeah.
However, let me back up a step. A few years ago, we had another streetlight committee that rationalized the streetlights in that they took them away from where they used to be in front of former selectmen's houses and members of the electric light company board, and they were just randomly around, and try to put them at street intersections and maybe at dangerous curves or big curves.
Correct, yep.
Yeah, and so that's, I sort of tried to look and see, is that what we still have? And so that leads me to the next bid, which is about street intersections without a light. And the 2 most active ones, I think, are the Ashby at Davis Village and maybe Benny Hill, Page Hill. I mean, those 2 intersections, I think there's probably a lot of traffic there on both of those, but there's no light. And then the others are just a list of all the other intersections that I happen to notice that don't have a light. Maybe there's too few people out there, it's not worth it. some of them may be, you know, even a private road, I do believe like High Range and Cascade, we accepted that as a town road, right?
Correct.
But there's, how many houses out there, you know, 3, 4, you know?
But
maybe-
yeah, I don't think that we'd be looking for putting one on every street corner, because as you alluded to
Well,
earlier,
you'd add quite a few, yeah.
we'd add a lot, I would think.
And I'm not suggesting
Yeah.
you do, I'm just saying, on the idea that, you know, if we're gonna have a light, we want to light an intersection so people can see what they're doing, and these are the others for your consideration. Now, the other thing I noticed when I was, taking the inventory was, in the villages, like here along Turnpike, we have lights. Out Main Street, we have lights. And on River Road, going through Bank Village, we have a series of lights. And on Gullen Road, we have a series of lights going through Smith Village. And it's not obvious to me that we need quite so many, or maybe we need to go out so far. And so we might be able to save a light
Sure.
on the edges. To that end, I was thinking maybe Peter and I could go for a ride one day and look at these and come back with some final recommendations about maybe we don't need this one, maybe we don't need that one, but maybe we ought to add one here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's like the one that you, Ashman Davis Village. I rented that house for a short time, and the only pole that would probably do that entire intersection, the upper floor of that house would be extremely close to the light. So, I mean, and it's a fairly easy intersection to see. When you pull out, you can see both directions fairly easily. But I know if I was living in that house and someone put a light that close to my window, I'd be pretty upset.
Well, you know, those are political considerations, you know, and I don't care if we have any, you know, but
What'd you think of Turnpike Road?
I don't know that, you know, we have them pretty close here, you know, and we might be able to skip a few.
Every other one, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
That's one that I walked down, I'm like, I started thinking, was it a state requirement? But I'm looking at it, I'm like, they're dot all the way down and then back up the hill again.
Can we ask Eversource to turn every other one off so we can look at it with every other one lit?
We got 3 now.
They work that way anyhow. I was telling Joanne, you can walk down Turnpike Hill. The lights aren't on, and it's pitch dark. And you wait 5 minutes, turn around and look up, and they'll be on. Or one of them might be on. I don't know if these things have some type of sensors that are sporadic.
They probably put the wrong bulb in them, so it'll heat up, and they'll shut off, go down, come back on again. We've had that problem.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is, but it's just kind of peculiar, but to see that many lights was,
So, anyway, I thought for a next step, for an action item, maybe Peter and I can go out and look and come to an agreement, like, okay, maybe we ought to take out these, add one here, you know, then you guys can make a decision if you want to.
did you do these in the evening or during the day?
During the day, so,
Okay.
I don't know that, how many of them are working or not, I mean.
I was concerned with where, the wattage that they have on them. It seems like the majority of them were 70, but then some were 175, 100.
Yeah, I started to tick that off, but just looking at it, you can't tell. You know. Now, I will say, there are a couple, by the way. You know, in front of the Barrett House is an old mercury vapor that's not ours, it's theirs. If we are gonna do something, but it's sort of in that line of lighting Main Street. If we're gonna do something, maybe, you know, we ought to see if we can either convince them to change or take it over and put in a decent light, because that mercury vapor's gotta be super inefficient.
So that's probably one that they're paying
Yeah,
for
I
to
think they're
light
paying
theirs.
for it,
Yeah.
But it's spread out enough where it fills a gap
Mhm.
where we would normally have had
Would
one.
wanna light, yeah.
Yeah. And I think there's a couple of others around, that are like that, that maybe we ought to approach the, owners and say, hey, this mercury vapor is not the best deal in the world,
Right.
But that's up to them, I mean, that one in particular seems like that'd be appropriate to change, so.
Just another, keep in mind, all these fixtures, they belong to the town, not Eversource. All these light fixtures you see on this list, they all belong to the town, not Eversource.
Not according to Eversource.
Every time they go to replace a head or arm, I get the bill for it.
Joe,
You get billed
you
for
re-
material, Peter, or labor?
I don't bill for the
For material.
material. 'Cause that one on the wire there, 123, 124, that was like $300-400 one year.
'Cause I thought they had said when they were here that they own them, but if we went to that new program to change them out
The LEDs.
to LEDs, then the town would have to buy them. And then we'd also have to keep a maintenance stock of
Yeah.
one of each type.
Yeah.
And we would get billed $100, I think it was, for them to change it out or something.
Yeah.
But I was under the impression from what they had said was that they own those fixtures.
What I was told was that was.
Yeah, well, I think that, maybe not the ones on Main Street, but when we went to, the former committee, and we wanted to have flat bottom ones, to go full cut off, so the
Mhm.
light just shines down and not out, yeah, we had to buy those, and we
And
bought those through Eversource by a slightly increased billing for a while, maybe forever, who knows, but I mean, we may still be paying.
Hmm.
So I think we do own them,
Hmm.
but, maybe you can verify that with Eversource.
Remembering this whole lighting thing, because the last time I was on the board in '04 or '05, when this was done. And I remember your wife was part of the lighting
Yeah,
committee.
she and Marcia and,
Yeah, right.
I
Yeah,
don't remember who else.
trying to remember the conversation about whether we owned it or not.
Yeah.
Not coming back. Put a lot of effort into it. We eliminated a lot of lights, and I think that's why these lights aren't at these intersections that you noted that they're not there, because it was
And-
like, it's not a high traffic kind of thing. It was eliminate cost when it was done. And safety was thought of at the same time, of course.
Yeah, that's like you mentioned about the Ashby Road one, and, so it's a function of, yeah, what do the landowner, the abutters want, and many of them may not want the light, but then we also have a safety consideration, so it can't be just them,
Mhm.
But you're right, that intersection perhaps is a relatively safe and easy to see one.
Yeah.
But again, that'd be, because your guys' call, not mine.
Were there any that you saw that you said this definitely should have a light, or these shouldn't be here?
Well,
Or do
I
you think that's the
Benny
next
Hill
step?
Page Hill one probably ought to have a light, there's that fork there, and, if you don't know where you're going exactly, compared to any other intersection.
You'll slow down and look at the street sign.
And there's no houses there right there that would,
Be affected by it.
There's a pole right there too.
Is there one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right in that corner.
right in the island pole. And, there's one on the big sweeping curve on the Greenville Road where that
Mhm.
pony farm used to be.
Mm-hmm. That should have it.
You think?
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
definitely.
That's
Yeah.
one of those ones when I first moved here, I'm like, I wonder how many people have ended up in that guy's yard.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, speaking of that then, if you go up Page Hill, there's these two zigs in there, and there's no light on those. And that, where's that new subdivision?
At Westbrook?
Where
There's
you-
not one there?
No.
There isn't anything on page
Where you go
one.
like this, and then you go like this, and then there's further down, you know, there's all those zigs in there, and there's no light on any of them, you know? Yeah, maybe you can get out far enough close to state lines that we don't need them
Yeah,
way out
yeah,
there.
but at those curves, I
At-
would have thought they were there.
I won.
Nothing near the townhouses?
No, and I was gonna say, if you don't do anything else, maybe we ought to do it as far as that, you know, that.
No, I think those, there's one, two, and I would have thought there was one at Westbrook Drive, but,
Nope,
yeah.
nope. Yeah.
Who approved that road? Did you two approve that, that street light?
So, now again, you know, we probably could go out there and ride around, look at them and try to figure out, can we eliminate some and, maybe, you know, like those zigzags, you know, maybe we ought to add a few.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, what I'm wondering is whether wouldn't it be prudent just to take the map and put the dots where they are and then the dots where they should be? 'Cause like you're saying, like that, I know the Ashby Road and, Davis,
Actually, I think
it's
there
been
was
there
one.
forever and I
There
don't
used
ever
to be
hear
one.
of a
Used to
car
be one
accident, so I'm
in
saying.
Until the ice storm wiped, they never put it back after the ice storm.
There was one there?
Yeah.
Yeah, used to be.
And after we had the ice storm, the pole broke. For some reason, they never pulled it back.
And the,
Did they put the pole?
Yeah, the pole's there.
Yeah,
Once-
okay. That's what I wonder on a lot of these, are
Well,
there
that-
poles there that you can put a light on?
Well, Peter brings up a good point. You might find that a lot of these are missing lights because during the ice storm, they were taken out and they weren't concerned about putting lights back in.
Oh, good point.
Well, they-
I thought about the map business, but then I'm thinking, you know, like all down Main Street here, I said, oh, no, I'm not full with the map trying to put all those dots in the right place. You know,
No, I'm thinking of where they should be,
oh,
you know? You can see an intersection, well, is it a busy road? Yeah. But I guess you're right, is that we could put a dot on a map, there might not be a pole there.
oh yeah, we'd have to go out.
Yeah.
Make sure that.
I'd like to inquire of Eversource and see if they can shut off every other light on Turnpike and Main Street. I don't know how
I'm
they
trying to think,
would.
Main Street, I don't recall having a lot of lights. Turnpike Road is the
You're
one
talking
that,
about Turnpike anyway.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
this stretch.
Yeah. Yeah, Main Street, there's a couple close together, but not too many.
Mhm.
Probably like
But-
Library and Pizza Haven.
Yeah.
Just before it came.
I think that's quite well lit, but then when, by the time you get, to that big sweeping curve there,
there's one on the curve.
yeah, and then it thins out quite a bit.
So at least on Turnpike, if we can,
That would be.
every other one, and if we're talking putting LEDs in anyway, we might only need every other one. I don't know.
But I guess, looking at the quantity of poles, and just from memory, I thought they were saying,
120.
yeah, but how many, what was the price for the LED?
Oh, I don't remember. Yeah,
$2,000?
something like that, yeah.
$2,000? Really? Wow. Well, that $100 rebate they were talking about.
That's why they says it's, and it wasn't even on the, I thought they had said that there was no rebate on the street one.
Well,
Yeah,
the
but it
fancy
depended on
one-
which ones. It said, like, if you go with a decorative one, there may not be a rebate on a
Okay.
decorative.
Yeah.
There's certain ones that the rebate is on, and other ones that it's not. And they said, and then they would tell you, well, if you pick these and change them, they'll tell you how long it's gonna take to make your money back on the investment.
And I think that's something I'd like to look into further, is what are our options for, street lights in the village districts? That would be not the stock arms
Oh,
coming
you
out.
want, you're thinking of something more decorative.
Yeah, yeah.
Funny, I have the report here from them, but I don't have any numbers on cost of fixtures.
Okay,
I got the 95 that you were talking about for repair, should they have to come out,
okay.
and $100 on a, energy efficient fixture, but I don't have fixture cost.
Yeah, I think the guy was trying to direct us to the vendors and say, you know, you gotta ask.
Yeah,
them, you know,
I think you're right.
But I thought he was gonna get us some information.
But he's gonna send you the list of vendors, maybe.
We have a list of vendors, I have that here.
What was that, Tony?
I thought he was gonna give us some options for the fixtures and
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
David,
the average has been, so it's $100 to $150 per fixture plus installation, removal and disposal.
That could be more than the fixture.
Right, and I think that's what the cost is in the installation, removal and disposal.
These were the interiors,
oh, just interior?
just
I thought there
interior,
was-
yeah.
And if we did decorative lighting, it's not rebatable, and it'd be metered and rated as a consumer customer and not under the street light program.
What was the first price, did you say?
$100 to $150 per fixture, plus installation, removal, and disposal. And they said it takes about 2 years to get your money back. We have 112 streetlights on 100. And there's a rebate of $100 per fixture if applicable.
Could you make a note to contact that guy? And ask him if he has that information. I got it down as,
Yeah.
Paul
It's on there.
Houseman.
Yours are better than mine.
and what information?
on what our options are for street lights and what we would need to do to try and do what Jay was saying. I mean, is it worth trying to shut these off now versus wait until we come up with a plan of what we'd like to explore?
Well, to give you an idea of what every other light's gonna give you for lighting, I don't know. Shut them off now or wait, or,
Well, I mean, even if we,
nice to have a plan.
yeah. I mean,
We
even
have
if,
to light every
yeah,
pole.
find out, like, I mean, is there a way for them to do it? What, you
Yeah.
know, I mean, not that it has to be permanent right away, but just give us a night, hey, we're gonna, on this night, we'll shut off every one, see what kind of,
I bet you they have to bring a bucket lid.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, how,
Yeah, and then they're gonna charge you $95.
and it could very well be, Woody, I mean, I don't know how simple it is. Maybe it's just a matter of covering the sensor as well, you know?
But you still have to get
It'll turn on.
That's right. Shine a light on the sensors, we'll have to put a flashlight on the
Have a
sensor.
guy up there all night on the flashlight.
Maybe it's not a good idea.
But if I was gonna do it, I'd do it in winter, cause nighttime that's early now. That's when people are around, that'd be the time they would notice.
You're gonna
it
get
more.
feedback from people, yeah.
So what's the next step?
I like Woody's idea of taking a look, see what, where we might be able to, cut back, where we might need them, and, come back with another report for us on recommendations.
Yeah, in the meantime, if you guys could figure out, you know, what the vendors say about what the cost,
Cost, right.
actually cost would look like, you know, then maybe you can put it together as to whether or not you wanna proceed. So you gonna let Peter, take you riding?
So your next step's gonna be to, well, look at these when,
Oh, I wasn't gonna try to do it at night and see how many are out. but I'm
Okay.
just talking about in the daytime to verify, like, okay, what do you think about taking every other one out? What would the spread look like? Do we need ones at the ends of the string,
Right,
you know?
close it up.
Do we, you know, verify like, okay, out there on Page Hill Road, yeah, there's a pole here and, but no lights at some of those sharp angle turns, that sort of thing.
Mhm.
And, you know, maybe some of the intersections where we do have lights, you know, if there's not that many people living out there, or doesn't seem to be a bad intersection, then take that one out.
Mhm.
I mean, just essentially, but, you know, take a look at almost all of them and, you know, we really need this one or not. And it doesn't take that long, I mean, you know, like I said, I probably spent maybe 5 or 6 hours just finding them, but most of that was jumping out and looking for the poll number and to verify that they actually write it down, so.
Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. If you wanna continue, like you had mentioned, I'm fine with that, as far as,
I
yeah.
was riding around my bicycle, it was great, but then it started raining, so that was the end of that. Well, if you want me to do that, June, huh? Yeah, well, I'm gonna be away for a while until it
Okay,
is,
so
so,
when you come back, no worry.
yeah. So it'll be few weeks.
Awesome. Thank you, Woody.
Thanks, Woody.
All right, have fun with car.
Yeah.
You guys.
Did you get anything? Good night. From R&D?
Sounds like it answers our question.
For those of audience that might be looking, we did an analysis on the actual reclamation, fine grading, and paving, and compared the 6 people that had bid the project. The 2 lowest bids were R&D Paving at $564,559.90, and Brock's was at $563,887.13. It was a difference of $672.77 in favor of Brock's. The town's history in the past, though, with using R&D Paving is they have allowed us the use of their roadside shoulder machine, which allows the town employees to back up all of the paving with gravel at no cost. Last year, when we did not use R&D and had used Brock's, cost the town approximately $2,250. So for a difference of $672 between Brock's and R&D. R&D has told us they would continue that practice of allowing the town to use the shoulder machine.
Make a motion to award the bid to R&D Paving.
Is there a second?
Contingent upon that happens.
Yep.
As long as that's a guarantee, I'm good with it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'd like to have one other quick discussion regarding paving. R&D's price is $564. We have a warrant article approved for $600,000. which gives us another $36,000 and change. We also have some supplemental monies we could use out of the highway block grant if we so desired. And wondering if there's not another road that we may want to consider getting rebuilt.
Well, at this point, we're topping Greenville, we're doing Greenbrier base and top,
Just
and,
base,
excuse me,
just base.
just base on Greenbrier? So I'd rather see us complete.
Just base?
Yeah,
I'd rather see us complete Greenbrier if that's the case.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what was my plans, if the price came down enough.
Okay.
Actually, what my plans were is to top Greenbrier and whatever we had left for money, go as far as we went on Timber Top.
Say that one more time?
Original discussion was top Greenville, base in Greenbrier, top and base, base and top Timber Top where it is now.
I'm following you.
Okay,
Okay, and just base the dirt section.
Correct, that's a conversation I remember.
Yeah,
Then my plans were, depending on the price, instead of just leaving Greenbrier with base, I'd like to top it so we'll be out of the neighborhoods, you know, with the cars and the houses out there. We won't have to go back out there next year. Then go as much far as we can with the top on Timber Top.
in addition to, so
So,
base timber top out to where we had said,
Yeah.
and then continue the top if we have the ability to,
That's
as far
right.
as we can,
yeah,
as well as completely topping Greenbrier.
correct.
I think it's a good
Is
idea.
that clear?
it is, but where he was first going, I didn't agree
Yeah,
with.
I thought he said, yeah, at first I thought you weren't gonna top Greenbrier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm saying, no, that's not what,
Plans were, it's
right,
not,
right,
that's what I went out to bid with, we
Yeah.
agreed to the bid specs.
no, I'm good with that.
Yeah, top Greenville, base and top Greenbrier.
yeah. Binder,
Base, binder all the way out to Hughes on Timber Top,
Yeah.
and top coat as much of Timber Top as we can.
Yep,
yeah.
Okay, so we're all on the same page.
yeah.
Were there any plans of doing
Let me-
anything?
Let me just for sake of discussion, I agree with what we just said, but I'm just wondering. How much top would we actually get down on Timber Top? And would we be better off to reclaim and binder another section of road and let Timber Top sit over the winter?
The whole thing with binder.
Yeah, the whole thing with binder. Yeah, the whole thing with binder.
I don't like that idea. If you look at Greenville Road's not in good shape, really. That gap down the center of that road's bad. I hate
And
to,
I'd rather have it, that gap there now, and we're able to fill it and top it, than have gone and done binder and top, and then get that crack down the middle.
what would you have if it had set, if it had been a completed road, would you still get the crack? I don't know if you would have.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
I think you would have, yes.
Well, we have opposing views on that, but anyway.
Well, I'm going on history, so,
Okay.
look what happened on Perry
You mean North Road,
Road,
what's on Perry?
when R&D paved with that other mix, and
Yeah,
it
well,
had binder and top and still,
But that was North Road too,
yes, yes,
you know, and they paid to have a crack seal.
Yeah.
Out of their pocket the following year.
Be nice to chip seal them two roads while we're talking about it.
still waiting for the facts, young man.
I could bring them in by the truckload and you wouldn't read them anyway. You wouldn't- you
I
don't-
read the other
don't
one you
like-
brought
don't
in.
like chip sealing.
You didn't
Yeah,
respond to the
We're all
comment.
aware of that. But that's my take on Timber Top anyway. What do you think, Mr. Buza?
I'm just wondering how far we'd be able to top timber, top in the first place, do you know?
Plan for is topping, our original plan, right to where it's paved now, base and top. Then with gravel style, it was just gonna be base.
But you were saying earlier was that you had figured that Greenbrier was only
Wow.
getting based.
Yeah.
So now if we're topping Greenbrier,
We have some extra monies,
yeah,
so we may be able to do Greenbrier with that extra money.
we wouldn't have enough extra money to top all of Greenbrier.
Yeah.
I would hope so. You're talking 36,000 here, plus,
When I did the math last night, the first thing that came to my head, I'm saying, okay, they're on Greenville Road, maybe we can do Playground Road, okay? I looked, Playground Road is 0.18 miles, I think it was. And to reclaim and pave that was coming out just about $40,000. So, you know how long Greenbrier is, and to go and,
twice as long anyway.
oh, at
Probably
least
three times.
4 times.
It's 2 inches, you're talking 1,100 tons, so 1,100 tons times $62,
Real money,
that's the top, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, if it was 1,000 ton, there's 60,000,
60,000.
yeah.
I'd still like to see us top Greenbrier while we're over in that area, and then if we short timber top on top, then we short timber top on top.
I have no problem with that, I'm just wondering if we're gonna land up bringing in next year paving crew to top timber top, why wouldn't we just have them do the whole thing rather than,
Half and joints,
yeah,
stat and finish.
and where half of it hasn't been paved before? That would be one road I just feel more comfortable having the binder down for a year and see,
See what it does over one.
yeah. But maybe if you can just run the numbers and see,
What road would
If-
you want?
Who's
Playgrounds?
no,
Yeah.
first thing I just wanna know is that binder and top on Greenbrier, top Greenville, binder timber top, how much money is left,
It's left for it,
you know?
yeah.
I'm fine, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if we can finish one road complete, then I have no problem shorting another road. But I don't wanna short 2 roads
No.
if we don't have, so I'm fine, if we have to go binder only on timber top, but it means we can be done with Greenbrier and we don't have to go back out on that road, I think that makes more sense. But I also, I do see Jay's point in the fact of, the road will definitely hold up better if it's all complete, but if we can get one road completely done instead of 2 roads falling apart over the winter, I'm good with that.
Do we have any plans to do anything with that intersection at Hubbard Pond and Timber Top? No.
As long as the person doesn't own the land, it's gonna be this excess.
We're gonna pave any further up than is already there,
That's what my plans are, just another 100 feet up, Hubbard Pond.
till you get up to the top of that hill, like, won't get you that far? Get you that first driveway?
Probably.
What are you paving?
Intersection Hubbard Pond's already got some pavement on it, so it's gonna go another 100 feet up. Cause when they come down Hubbard Pond, where they start sliding off the stop sign, they're just pushing the gravel down in, creating potholes.
Yeah, the bottle, yeah, they patched it a little bit today, at
Yeah.
least, so it's not as deep, but it was pretty bad, that one there was bad.
So that's what I was gonna do there, you're not talking that many tons.
Yeah, Southern Graham, just past the Jules house. First driveway.
Makes it easier grading.
Just a dead tree finally fell on that island.
You did, huh?
Yeah, right there at
Timber
Hubbard, yeah, Timber Top, Hubbard Pond, yeah. Yeah, and the windstorm the other night.
Got a lot of wind.
Yeah. Yeah, pine tree came down on that road and,
Yeah, that one down there by the big culvert too.
yeah. And it blew your, road construction sign right off the
Yeah.
pole.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if timber top, hypothetically, we did the plan that we said, and there's, say, $40,000 left over. What would your plan be?
So you're talking just binding timber top at this point?
What I'm saying is Peter's gonna go back and find out with the funds that we have, if we binder and top on Greenbrier, top on Greenville, and if we binder timber top,
Yep.
how much money's left?
Okay.
So, I'm asking if we had, say, $40,000 or $50,000 left, what would you want to do?
Nashua Road intersection's falling apart, isn't it? I'm just thinking you're over on that side of town, that's all.
With me personally, since we're on this side, playground would be good to do, since that sees a lot.
Yeah, there's only 3 driveways on that road.
But I'm just saying, it sees a lot of
It does
residents
see a lot of
going in.
traffic.
It's a lot of traffic, can't turn the summer, it's spring, fall.
The big conversation's always been feeder roads, big roads,
Mm-hmm.
so. That playground would be after Appleton Road on my list.
Why Appleton Road? Were you on that streetlight committee?
It's
Is there a light in front of your house?
There's 54 residences on Appleton Road. That's a lot. A lot of tax.
You counting the apartments?
Is that kind of two new ones?
Yeah, I'm saying, there's no 54 houses there.
I said 54 residents.
Yes.
Didn't say how,
I just want to clarify.
actually it's 57 now, Peter's right, there's 3 new ones over on
We get 2 new ones on Appleton, 2 new ones on Boyd.
right, Boyd, yeah. So it'd be a matter of a short one, close to where we're already working, right? Because we don't want to be moving stuff around, if we can avoid it.
Yeah, it's a straight shot, that's all. Well,
The,
let's
the
see.
only reason I'm asking is if there's something that you guys want to think, then we could tell them we'll price this one up and
Well, you got a
No,
week
what
and a
it
half
is.
to think about it. I'm not here for this trash.
he's gone again.
Gone again.
All right, good. We will let R&D know, issue them a contract.
When are you gonna start culverts on Timber Top?
Soon as we get from Greenbrier, that's not Greenbrier, Thursday.
They're gonna do that while you're away? Working between the bus schedule, even if they get one a day, just,
Yeah.
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 How many you have to replace?
5 on Greenbrier and 30 on Timber Top.
That's a lot of culverts.
The ones in the dirt section could be easy, we just dig them.
Well, we've had somebody waiting out there, I think, if they're here for 20 minutes, so.
Okay, motion?
Motion to go to non-public under 9A3, section B, hiring of any person as a public employee.
Second it?
All in